Hey there, so this is a long requested video actually, and I apologize for not getting around to it sooner. And this is my MGM collection. So you're gonna have my Midnite movies in here. You have some like avant-garde cinema, some different collector's editions, some soul cinema. It's by far not all the not all the MGM films that I have. It's just I got a whole shelf that's just dedicated pretty much to just MGM stuff, and it definitely needs to be updated because I bought stuff since then, and stuff I've got. You know when you get things and you get it like, kind of like I do when space is crowded, you kind of put things here and there. So this is that main shelf and some of my, what I consider some of my prize collection of my MGM, so that's why they're there. I also want to give a shout out. I'll be doing these on videos hopefully fairly frequently, and as long as I keep remembering to do them. So when I was doing the shout out video, with so many great people on there. If you haven't checked that out, please do. There are a lot of great YouTubers that you're going to see from watching that video that if you haven't seen them before, definitely check them out. But Rise THX1138 actually said to check his channel out, asked me to check his channel out. And the thing is that although I forgot to shout him out in the video, I was already subscribed to his channel, and I have checked it out. It is actually a really good channel, so you guys should check that out as well. Right now, I'm gonna go grab myself a cup of tea so that I'm ready, because there's a few of these here, and I do kind of want to talk about some of them as I go along. Not every one of them, but I'll stop and look and like kind of focus on certain ones that I think should be in your collection. The good thing about MGM is that, well, I'm not sure if this is good or not, but they're not so much around anymore. So a lot of their library was sold off and or was bargained by different companies. You'll see a lot of the stuff here that Scream Factory, for instance, has put out. You're going to see stuff here that Arrow Video has put out, and maybe we'll see stuff here that they'll put out in the future. I'll be right back. Hey there, so I've got my classic gaming shirt on, which I should probably use for my gaming video. So if I ever do a video in the future, like on a gaming video, actually I was speaking with Sammy and Falgar and with Jerry and them, and maybe when the Nintendo NX gets kind of an announcement type thing, we'll do like a video, something on some stuff like that, because I know more about the classic gaming than I do and the Nintendo stuff than I do about some of the other stuff. Though I do play my Xbox One quite a bit, but again, I use that a lot to play Rare Replay, which is again classic game. So here we go with my MGM collection. Let's get into some of the stuff here. And this one I got recently, so given me by a good friend of mine, Jason, who is on his way soon to Florida. He's going on a vacation to Florida. So congratulations on the vacation. Hope you really enjoy it. And anybody deserves to get a vacation somewhere out there like that. Jason's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and I work with him. Great guy. And yeah, have a great time in Florida, Jason. So I have the Return of the Living Dead. This is the original edition. It's got the commentary on here. There's a Design of the Dead featurette, conceptual art by William Stout, TV spots, original theatrical trailer. There's like a more kind of like pimped edition done. Of course, this has widescreen, full screen. What's the big thing about this one here that I wanted this for? Well, there is an open matte edition of the film on here, which I did want to own. So I do have a really great edition of this that I got for Halloween a few years back. It was a huge surprise, actually. But MGM edition here, I had to have this one. It's got the meta version of it. Worth checking out, especially you can get it for a good price. Some of these here are unopened. Some of these you can see like Village. So if you have like Goodwills or anything like that in your area, think of it like that. A Village is kind of like a Goodwill type of thing. And so I got Fellini's Roma, and I guess that's part of the World Films collection. So I don't think we've checked this one out yet. Well, I've seen it before, but if you were to ask me right now to describe Roma, very pretty, but I don't remember the plot of the movie. Do you? Fellini's Roma. Like, I remember that it was a very beautiful film. But if you ever was to get the plot, I wouldn't be able to do it right now. To be honest with you. Next up is one that I do love, but this is a sealed edition still. As you can tell right there, the sticker thing is hasn't broken on it. And that is a great movie, Tony Curtis and Sidney Poitier in The Defiant One. So this is a really, really good movie. Many, movies have aped it later. But this is it's the original, it's the best. No real features except for a theatrical trailer, but it's just an amazing film. If you haven't seen it, it really is worth checking out. It's letterboxed at 166, which I'm guessing is right aspect ratio. Either way, it's a fantastic film. Just incredible stuff. Next up is a favorite of mine growing up. I actually saw this movie several dozen times. I'm not sure what it was, but I really liked the cast. Was really great on the film. I was a big fan of John Irving growing up. I read a lot of his books. I used to get into like stages where I'd read different authors, and I read a bunch of John Irving at one point, and maybe it might have been like this movie may have been the genesis of it, like World According to Garp, Hotel New Hampshire, which is what this is. Hotel New Hampshire is just a fantastic film. It's got Beau Bridges. I got a young Natasha Kinski in there. We got Rob Lowe. We have oh my God, Jodie Foster is in this one as well. There's a big cast in this one here. Just fantastic. Wilford Brimley's in this one here. Natasha Kinski, of course, plays that famous character, Susie the Bear. This is a really cool film. It's like set during the war, right? Or during the war, World War II? I think it's set World War II. I cannot remember. Anyway, it's set during the war. And basically, Beau Bridges has this dream about this hotel. The brother and sister are extremely close to the point where, have you seen this movie? They decide that they got to get over the closeness. The brother, played by Rob Lowe, is very obsessed with his sister, played by Jodie Foster. He's in love with her, and they figure that the only way they're going to do to get over it is to have sex. So they lock themselves into a room at the hotel, and they have sex for like a marathon sex session for like hours and hours and hours. Jodie Foster does get over it. Rob Lowe doesn't, and that's not the plot of the movie. That's just one of the many twisted little. If you've ever read John Irving, there's kind of all kinds of weird, twisted, quirky little plot lines along the way. And this is just a fantastic film. It's just a great like tapestry of different characters and different things in here. Hotel New Hampshire is a really, really good film, and again, it's part of their contemporary classics collection. I really like the fact that MGM had a lot of these like offshoot collections that I like to find. Every time I can find an MGM for a really good price, I try to get it. Next up is one of their avant-garde cinema collection, and that is the classic Tank Girl. Everybody knows this one. This one actually got a decent Blu-ray release from Shout Factory. Tank Girl with Lori Petty, Ice-T. You can see there, Naomi Watts, Malcolm McDowell in this, of course. Again, no special feature really, just an original theatrical trailer. Got some cinema facts. I like the way they did that. Tank Girl, of course, based on the comic book. Were you a fan of Tank Girl? It was a fun little kind of like fun dystopian type of film. And Ice-T is a part kangaroo. That's pretty awesome. It's a fun film. Next up is one that I got. Basically, this is part of a set that I had. Basically, when I bought the Scream Factory Amityville horror set, there's one thing that they couldn't get. There's one thing that was missing. The MGM put out a Amityville horror set as well. And then when they did, and I got the set here somewhere, but what I did is I replaced this disc here and put in like the remake one. I put that in there, I think. And I took this one out and just put it in my regular collection to have it. And that is the Amityville Confidential Classified. This is the bonus disc on the MGM set when they put it out. Now, this has some History Channel documentaries on here, some really cool stuff. We got Amityville The Haunting, Amityville Horror Hoax, and On Location, the Amityville Horror 2005. So that's more of a fluff piece, but the first two are two great History Channel documentaries on the Amityville horror. The Scream Factory could not get the rights to those. Those remain only on this disc here, or unless they put them out, separately, probably on like usually on VHS or something like that. But if you ever see this disc in the wild, definitely pick it up. There's some really cool documentaries. There's this one scene really freaks me out. They show a picture. They say like the Amityville thing's pretty much fake, but then they show this picture, where there's no kids in the house, and you see this little kid kind of like coming out with kind of like these glowing eyes type of thing, and that just kind of freaks me out. It really does. Got a message. Next up is classic Chuck Norris, and that is, well, kind of classic Chuck Norris. I have the Blu-ray Arrow edition of no, is it Arrow? No, I got the regular edition. I want to get the Arrow edition of #1, and so on a Chuck Norris kind of like a Blu-ray set. It was like with Missing in Action, Missing in Action 2, and like a bunch of other things on there anyway. And this is Delta Force 2. So again, you know, it's just a fun little film. I did enjoy this one. Billy Drago's in this, I think, right? Billy Drago's in this, right? Yeah, Billy Drago. There he is right there. You always know Billy Drago when you see him. He's got a unique look to him. Just so you know, I am leaving the mid-minute movies for last because that's what a lot of you guys are watching for. So, smart, see? Next up is another one that I don't have opened yet, but I've seen this movie many, many times. It's a great little thriller. I love this film. I love James Woods in movies. Brian Dennehy, another fantastic actor, and it is Bestseller. If you have not seen Bestseller, you really owe it to yourself to check out Bestseller. It's a really cool movie. Basically, Brian Dennehy's like he's an ex-cop. He's a writer, and he meets up with James Woods, and James Woods, this hitman's kind of going to help him by giving him his story, but he has to help him. So, Bestseller, check it out. Next up is I don't remember this film. I remember getting it and saying, "What the hell is this film?" And it looked gorgeous, and I love these like nature films. And I'm pretty sure that this one was done by the same guys that did Born Free, I think. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, it is. And it is Ring of Brightwater. As you can see, I got this one at a flea market, brand new, not even opened. I got it for like, I think it was like 25 cents or something like that. Do you know, have you seen this? So I haven't seen this film. This is probably a really great film. I got a lot of films that eventually, when I retire, got a lot of movie watching to do. But this one here, Ring of Brightwater, I like these kind of like cool things, documentaries. I wouldn't mind have Born Free, actually. I'll grab that one down the road. Next up is a classic, and I wish I had more of these guys. I love these guys. And I have very, very few of their films, actually. And that is Abbott and Costello. The news hangs high. Again, Bud Abbott, Lou Costello. And what year was this one done? 1948, still within their classic time. Just some really cool stuff in here. And Abbott and Costello, basically, those are guys that everybody should watch. I love them. I love me some Abbott and Costello. Next up is one that I would love to get the Blu-ray of down the road, but I was really excited to find the DVD of it, because that means, because I don't think the Blu-ray has much on it, actually. And I wanted to watch the movie again. So I should watch this one soon, actually. It's got a great, great cast in there. Crispin Glover, Keanu Reeves, Naomi Skye. We got Roxanne Zal on here, Daniel Roebuck, who, of course, is now doing a lot of stuff with Rob Zombie. He of course, he's in the... He was at Halloween, and he was in his recent one, 31. He has a part in that as well, apparently, at the beginning. Dennis Hopper's in this. Dennis Hopper is amazing in this film, actually, and that is The River's Edge. This is a really good film. It goes into some dark places, and it's like got a young cast. I'm about a fantastic cast. We got this guy that kills a girl, basically, at the beginning. Well, she's dead at the beginning of the film, really. And he confesses it to his friends. His friends at first don't believe him. Then they find out it's true. And how they handle it, how each of them handles it, and how they want to deal with it is pretty much the kind of whole genesis of like the film, but also gets into like the different ways that people like handle this stuff, the way that the disassociation of youth. It's a fantastic film, River's Edge. I'm trying to find a way to sit and not sit on my legs because I have no space right here, and I've got to change that because I need to be able to have space when I'm like going here, because I get through half these videos and my leg is like screaming at me. This one, there's a Criterion edition of this. This is the MGM DVD edition of it. I actually upgraded that even to a Blu-ray edition that came to Dollarama in a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. So when I get, and eventually, and I will eventually get the Criterion edition as well, because I do love this film a lot, actually. And it's, hope I get this right. So that's Y Tu Mama Tambien. Oh, yeah, see. There we go. Fantastic film. Actually, very sexy film, too, to be honest with you. Great young cast in this one here. They pick up this like older lady and going on an adventure. You pick her up, right? I'm trying to remember how that starts. I am really, really not comfortable, so I'm going to pause this for a minute. I'll be right back. Hey there, I am back, and now with more leg room. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Next up is a favorite little film of mine, and that's a John Cusack one. Daphne Zuniga's in this one, and the lovely and gorgeous Nicolette Sheridan, and that is The Sure Thing. John Cusack plays a guy that is traveling across country to pretty much get the sure thing, which is Nicolette Sheridan. He meets Daphne Zuniga along the way, and will he go through with it, or has this girl? Well, we know what's going to happen. Yeah. These films are fairly predictable, fun, and it's John Cusack. John Cusack is really good in these. Daphne Zuniga is great too, actually. Here's a classic one, one that was actually put out by Arrow Video, and I'll definitely upgrade this one down the road. It's a really good film, and that is Elliot Gould in The Long Goodbye. You know, I like these film noir type films, and this is just a really cool. And we got a great cast there as well, and Sterling Hayden is in this one. See. Apparently I have to do my Duolingo tonight. I thought I did that though. And we got some special features on this. We got Rip Van Marlow feature with Robert Altman and Elliot Gould, of course. Altman. This is an Altman film. We got Velos Zygmunt Flashes The Long Goodbye, American Cinematographer, reprint of 1970 article, radio spots, and original theatrical trailer. So one of the few, it actually has features on. Next up is Sho Kosugi's Revenge of the Ninja. This is the uncut print, so you do get to see the brutality that's in it. I do like this film, and special features is the original theatrical trailer, but again, uncut, so gotta love that. I love those ninja films. Next up is one that was friend got for me when I didn't realize that, when I didn't know there was going to be like a Scream Factory one coming out down the road, but I'm so excited that I still have this one in my collection, and I love the way that it's done on the cover. It's just, I love the film anyway. It's really cheesy, really badly acted. That is Howling 2, Your Sister's a Werewolf. Yes, that's like your mama. Howling 2, Silva Danning. You grew me up faster than I thought I was going to be able to be. Next up is one that I do have to get from Scream Factory, and that is Scarecrows. I do really, really enjoy this movie. I don't think Hannah has seen this one yet, but it's one that I would actually kind of want to watch with her. It's a cool little film, and it's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember basically it's these criminals, like they go down to this into this field where all these scarecrows are, and it's well done. It's lower budget. It's tense, and I always really liked it. I always found that the scarecrow design was well done. That was paced well. Next up is another one that I guess I'll upgrade down the road, and that is Squirm. Again, this one has something great on it. It has a commentary with director and writer Jeff Lieberman. Lieberman's actually really good with this type of stuff. He does a lot of cool movies. Look him up because see, what was the Jeff Lieberman one I liked the most? I know I liked the one with the kid on Halloween, basically, where he's, man, look it up. It's really cool. Squirm's a fantastic little film. It's fun. There's a really cool scene where there's this girl in the shower, and instead of like the water's coming out first, and then like the water stops coming out, then all these worms start coming out of the shower head. Freaked me out when I was a kid. I'll tell you that much right now. Freaked me out. Next up is a double feature that, again, Scream Factory has updated, and that is Curse and Curse 2. I don't know if they actually put any more features on it. But again, Curse and Curse 2, you're pretty much like featureless. But Curse, I really liked. It's got Will Wheaton in it, and he's become kind of a the internet celebrity now. And Curse 2, where the guy's hands turn into a snake. This is kind of hilarious. Really did like that. I'd like to see Curse 3 and Curse 4 come out. Curse 3, I think, has Christopher Lee. That's one that my dad really wants to see come out. He's a really, really big Christopher Lee fan. It's my son. My son went to Toronto Fan Expo today. Had a blast there. Just an amazing time. And he's going again tomorrow. So he's going to get the whole full experience of it. I'm so excited for him. This is one of the things that I knew when he was going up to Ontario that this was going to be something he would have access to. So we live here in right now in Newfoundland, which is a fantastic little place. And but right now it's so much more options and things to do within the area. So that's always cool. Next up is one that I got for my better half loves this, and actually I do like this film too. And it is It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. This is another one that we want to get on Criterion, actually. But I'm guessing this is the 2 hour and 41-minute version. I think there's a longer version, isn't there? So I'm not sure how this is going to work on a DVD. Whether is this? As you can see, guys, it's not even open. And it didn't cost $7. It cost me $2.99. But maybe it's flipper disc or something like that. Kind of like a laser disc. I'm not sure. I love anthologies. I'm a huge anthology fan, and I did dig this one. There are some pretty cool actors in here, and the stories are good. They're much better than some other anthologies, that's for sure. And it is After Midnight. I do really like After Midnight. Marge Helgenberger is in this one here, of course, from CSI, and Mark McClure as well. We got Pamela Segal's in this one. It's just a fun little one. Basically, there's this guy, this professor, and he's teaching fear in this class, and he pulls out a gun, and stuff happens. Don't want to give these away on you. Okay. Pronunciation. You want to go with pronunciation on this one? How do I pronounce Koyanis Kwatsi?
Koyanis Kwatsi.
I did it right. Right on. Koyanis Kwatsi. There's a kind of a Kwatsi trilogy by Criterion. This one, again, was one of the ones we found for really, really cheap. So we decided we'd pick it up, and he was basically going to watch it to make sure, to see the Kwatsi trilogy, see it's something that she wants. I think it's something that she wants anyway, but it's nice to have this one in the collection. Gorgeous scenery on here. Just amazing stuff. There's a interview with the director and the composer. There's a original tactical trailers for each of the 3 Kwatsi films, the whole trilogy. I know that they said that the first 2 were the best, and the third one was kind of was passable. That's why Arrow ended up doing only 2 of them. Criterion did all 3 of them. So I guess it's best to get 3 of them on, but Arrows looks kind of sexier, the box does. But this is actually pretty cool. For a movie that's really, really visual, this is kind of a very visual cover, very sexy cover. You think it's sexy? It's kind of sexy. Next up is one that I do not remember. I know I probably should, and once I start watching it, I'll probably know what it is right away. I do kind of remember the book, because it's by Dick Francis, and I read a lot of mysteries, as you guys. I read a lot. And I was up to 3 o'clock in the morning last night reading, actually. But it's Dead Cert, and I don't remember seeing this one. I got to watch this one again. Scott Anthony, Judi Dench is in this, Michael Williams, and again, it's a Dick Francis one, and some horses out, so it's going to be Dick Francis. And it's going to be kind of a mystery thriller type of thing, because that's what kind of Dick Francis specializes in, if you've ever read any of his books. This is a favorite of my better halves. We bought this one in Sears. This was an HMV copy, though. We have 2 copies of this movie, though. It's an HMV, so we bought this movie twice. So somewhere there's another copy of this. But this is one of our favorite, kind of musicals, and it is called Absolute Beginners. It has the late David Bowie in it. It's a very different movie. Absolute Beginners is a fantastic song. I'll be honest with you. don't remember this movie very well at all. But I do remember the song. I remember when it came out, the song was everywhere, and it was just an amazing song. Do you remember it? Do you remember this movie? Of
This
course
is
you do.
better than Grease. Thank you very much.
I don't know. Is it better than
It is better
Grease?
than Grease.
Good cast. We got Patsy Kinson in there. She was gorgeous. Uh, James Fox. Not Jamie Fox. Is it? James Fox. Not sure what that is. Maybe it is. No, maybe it's the English dude. Probably the English dude, since it's Patsy Kinson and David Bowie. So but you say this is better than Grease for you?
Yeah.
Yes, but then that ultimate question has to be asked. The question that would be on my lips and Drew Barrymore's lips. But would it be better than Grease too? Huh? Where not only do you bowl rock and roll, but you also do it for your country. I love that movie. Uh, and I actually really, really like this movie as well. I remember seeing this one. I'm a huge Michael Caine fan. Michelle Johnson, I really adore, and Demi Moore, a very young Demi Moore, is in this, and it's Blame It on Rio. At the time, I watched this honestly, because I like Michael Caine and because Michelle Johnson was one of those like huge sex symbols at the time. A much more, I thought, very less teenish, a much more kind of like more. I'm not sure adult, but more. It wasn't exactly what I expected when I was going into a watch it. That was going to be just normal teen sexploitation. It's really not. But they do play off Michelle Johnson's sexuality. She is a very, very beautiful lady. Next up is one that's an MGM from England, and this was given me by my dad, and that is the classic Albert Pion film, Cyborg. Yeah, Van Damme. Van Damme became very, very popular. This is a Canon film, I'm pretty sure, because I know that Canon worked with pretty much Van Damme, and they worked with oh god, Charles Bronson like a lot. Like I'm not showing it here in this video because I showed it as like an after credit sequence in there, but I got like the Charles Bronson DVD action pack, which is 4 like MGM films with Charles Bronson, all directed by J. Lee Thompson. Fantastic set, by the way. And Cyborg. Next up is a cheesy slasher one. I didn't like this one when I really saw it, and it's not that I really like it now. It's just it's a kind of a comfort one. I'll put it on every once in a while, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot how bad that was. But I watch it and I watch it over again. It's really fun, and it's Shredder. The ending kind of like lets it down, but it's not a bad movie. I did enjoy it for what it was. I did think it didn't have enough of the elements for a slasher movie to like really put it over the top. But it came out, later on, and 2001. So slashers were not exactly the biggest genre at this point, and especially like a straightforward slasher movie like Shredder is. But I did really, really enjoy this one. Next up is one that I haven't opened up, and that's because at the time I think it was out of print. I'm not sure if it's in print now or not, but it's Dead End. Humphrey Bogart, Sylvia Sidney, Joel McCrea. It's the I think it's one of the first appearance of the kids, right? The East End. Is it right? I don't remember now. Been a long time since I've seen this one, but I think I got a couple of these films actually. Actually, a couple copies of this film. Dead End is, a great little film. Sylvia Sidney is gorgeous. Totally lost my train of thought. You ever do that and you're like, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to say about this. You pick it up and you're like, no, I don't. Nope, no, I don't. I could pretend I do, but I don't. Next up is Portrait of Jenny. Jennifer Jones, and as you guys know, one of my favorite actors of all time, Joseph Cotton. Do I remember this one? Not very well, but it's got Joseph Cotton, so I'm all about the cotton. Doesn't sound wrong, does it? Edge of Sanity. This is one I'll look right down the road. Great film with Anthony Perkins. He does a fantastic job. It's kind of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of thing. I really did like this movie. It's kind of twisted. It's quirky. The way that he did it, the way he played the character, used of course the kind of the Jack the Ripper motif with But because a lot of the Jekyll and Hyde things would end up like using the whole Jack the Ripper thing. Uses like I think it's like cocaine or some like drug like that in this one here to kind of like bring out that the other aspect of him. And nobody does crazy like Anthony Perkins does crazy. He's got that. He just has it. Next up is Valmont. This is the I guess the one version of Dangerous Liaisons that I didn't see. So as soon as I had the chance to grab this one here, again, a friend of mine got this one for me, and it is a fantastic little film. Colin Firth. My favorite version of Dangerous Liaisons may actually be Cruel Intentions, to be totally honest with you. Although it's not like closest to the source material, and we have the John Malkovich version, which is of course really really cool. There's something about the Valmont character that has always struck a nerve with me. I really like the character, Sebastian Valmont. Phantom of the Opera. I do have the upgraded edition of that, but cannot beat this. The MGM, just a great one here. I love Joe Sholin. I thought she was like kind of an up and coming scream queen, gorgeous girl. Robert Englund does an amazing job in this film. Great makeup in this as well, by the way. At the time that this came out, Phantom of the Opera was a stage play by Andrew Lloyd Webber, and this didn't fit into like exactly what people were starting to envision the Phantom as. Like a few years earlier, this probably would have been like a huge hit. This was planned as two films. There were supposed to be the Phantom of the Opera and Phantom of New York, because this is like set in like in at the time modern day times and back in the past as well. It goes back and forth. And the idea was that the Phantom comes into like modern day times, and we start to see that come into the the end of the film. But we don't get the payoff because they never did the second film. Next up is another one that I have I got the upgraded one. This one on it, and that is Leviathan. I do love these kind of these monster movies. All of these are underwater movies. I love these water monster movies. Leviathan, Deep Star 6. The Abyss is good too, but not in a different way. It doesn't have that cheesy B movie thing that the other ones have. And I do like there's a bunch of these done at that time, and this is my favorite of them all. Was Leviathan and Deep Star 6. Those two are really great. And I do have Deep Star 6 or somewhere, but I don't think it's in here among these. Next up is one that has a great cast. We've got Donald Pleasance in this one here. We got Christopher Lee in it. Raw Meat. Look it up. Cool movie. Very, very cool movie. I'm pretty sure Sherman directed this. Yeah, it's Gary Sherman. Obviously, I have the special edition of this one. Lords of Illusion. Lord of Illusion. I'll do, again, you guys know I love Clive Barker. He just has some incredible stuff. This is the unrated director's cut. Are there features on this one? Contains special footage not seen in theaters or as part of the director's cut. Audio commentary by Barker. Introductory letter by Clive Barker. I see the musical score and 8-page booklet. But did mine come with the 8-page booklet? Yes, it did. And that's one of the reasons I had to have this one. I actually get a letter by Barker, a booklet. This is a great companion to my Lords of Illusion that I got. And of course, I also have Night Breed, so just got the real special edition. Next up is, you guys know I like my Cronenberg, and this is one of my favorites, The Brood. It's been a while since I've seen this one, but I know Oliver Reed is in this one here. It's about these killer kids, and the way they're born is actually very interesting. Remember The Brood? Did you see The Brood? Maybe we'll watch this again sometime soon. Yeah, Art Hannibal's in this one too, right? Yeah, Art Hannibal's in this, yeah. Great Canadian actor, by the way. And he acted in a TV series when I was going to college. I was actually doing journalism, and he was doing journalism, like kind of like a TV soap type of thing. Somebody moved and knocked down my DVDs. I'm totally blaming you. You moved your hand. But The Brood is a great film. I did love The Brood. Next up is, I got this on DVD. We should watch this one sometime soon. I know you said you want to see it. I want to get the Blu-ray to this one because this is really, really a good movie. My better half has never seen it. So maybe we'll watch it the weekend. Would you like that? It's a really, really fun film, and it's kind of like a parody of the blaxploitation. As we know, Black Dynamite is like one of those ultimate parodies of blaxploitation. There's one other one that you should watch right alongside Black Dynamite, and that is I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. I really, really, really like this film. They use a lot of blaxploitation actors in here as well. It's really funny. It's a part of the Soul Cinema collection. Let's see the cast in this one though. Look, we got Keenan Ivory Wayans, of course. He's the lead in this. But we got Bernie Casey, Antonio Fargas, Isaac Hayes, Jim Brown's in this one here. Yeah, just an incredible cast. There's like one scene where this guy's getting out of prison, and he was like a pimp, like a big pimp in prison, and he gets out and he's got this like suit on. He's got a huge feather in his hat. He's got this these shoes with like glass heels, and they got goldfish in them. Goldfish are dead, of course, because he's in prison. And he starts like walking like kind of confidently down the road, and they're looking at him. He's like this out of place guy now, and all of a sudden he notices all the dangers around him, and he starts walking faster. It's just really, really, really good. I really want to watch that movie right now, actually. Next up is another Soul Cinema one, and a really cool one too. It's got a Glenn Turman in it. We've got Cynthia Davis. Probably the guy that became famous at the time was Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, and of course Garrett Morris for Saturday Night Live. But Lawrence Hilton Jacobs would become famous for, do you remember? You know the face? That's Welcome Back, Kotter. Right there, see? Boom, boom. Next up is a film that I'm sure this is a favorite of my better halves. No, it's not. I have it for the special features. I didn't upgrade it. I'm not sure if I'm going to because of the director and all that. And I want to get into it. So we'll just go really quickly. It's Jeepers Creepers 2. When they put out the Blu-ray, the original Blu-ray, there were no special features on it at all. You can only get it on that. Next up is, and I like to see this one get a Blu-ray release actually. This is kind of a fun film. Again, it's another one of those like comedy parody ones that for some people they find it work, other people it doesn't. I think overall it works pretty well. And Armando Santi in Fatal Instinct, kind of like making fun of the whole like those like sexy movies at the time. You know, of course it's not. It runs at like at a PG-13 rating, so you're not getting the that. But we got like some great cast in there. We got a audio commentary with the director Carl Reiner. There's great writer David O'Malley. Deleted scenes featuring Dudley Moore. Fun film. Sean Young's in this. Kate Nelligan's in this. Another one that I'm definitely going to be upgrading, and not an easy find. This one took me a while to get, and that was The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. This movie didn't really do as well as it should because honestly, it's a batshit crazy movie, and just like the John Carpenter film that's eluding me right now, hold on, Big Trouble in Little China, it is extremely hard. It was extremely hard to market. You got Peter Weller, John Lithgow, Alan Barkin, Christopher Lloyd, Jeff Goldblum, a cast that should have really have like just sold everybody in this movie, but guess not. Next up is another classic and favorite of mine that I watched over and over and over again when I was younger. That is David Lynch's Blue Velvet. If there was no Blue Velvet, there would not be a Twin Peaks. Kyle MacLachlan's incredible in this. Dennis Hopper's amazing. Isabella Rossellini is just gorgeous. Laura Dern's in this one, she's just great. But I think Dennis Hopper really steals the show in this one. Basically, he's walking through a field and he sees something. Well, it's a body part. Very cool, quirky little film. Next up is the classic original, and this cover really isn't a good doesn't really show the movie at all like what it really is, but it's the classic Last House on the Left, the collector's edition, unrated. There are some cool features on here. We got a commentary with the late great David Hess on here, as well as like Mark Scheffler and Fred Lincoln. Still Standing, the legacy of the Last House on the Left feature with Wes Craven, again passed away. Serialized Crime of the Century documentary. Scoring Last House featurette, Tales That Will Tear Your Heart Out, unfinished short film by Wes Craven. Deleted scenes and never before seen footage. So Pretty cool edition. Next up is, and as you guys know, I have the this is a good companion piece to my Criterion edition that I have. I'm very proud that I was able to find, and this is the 2-disc collector's edition of. Gotta make sure this is MGM, right? Come on, you're MGM. Yeah, sure, for sure. Silence of the Lambs. Cool features on this one, of course. None of them have the commentary in that's on the features that are on the Criterion. But this one has some really cool stuff. We got some really great documentaries on here. Some yes, the original 1990 making of, 22 deleted scenes, TV spots, just a bunch of really great stuff. It's really, really worth having. Speaking of Silence of the Lambs, here's a movie that I liked better than Silence of the Lambs, and that is Manhunter with William Peterson, Brian Cox as a character of Hannibal Lecter. For me nowadays, like a lot of people still say that their Hannibal Lecter is Anthony Hopkins, but no, Mads Mikkelsen, Hannibal, he stole it from me. He really did. No, Anthony Hopkins is an amazing actor. He does some great stuff, and not just an amazing actor, but he's an amazing guy. And here in Newfoundland, he has helped out a lot of the drama community over in Cornbrook. We did a lot of the drama stuff. He was one of the people that actually did some funding and stuff for over there when they went over to England. Manhunter, William Peterson, just a really good movie. I really like this movie. Every time I see it, it makes me want to own To Live and Die in L.A. And so I was really excited when Arrow announced that they were putting that one out. This is for me the creepiest version of the character. They remade this movie and called it Red Dragon, which is the original title to it. But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say it right now. It says Stephen Lang. We got Dennis Farina in this one here. We got Tom Noonan, who just is creepy as hell. Joan Allen. I know a lot of people love Red Dragon. It's definitely a decent movie, but it's not anything close to being as good as Manhunter, in my opinion. You see them? You saw them both, right? Which one do you prefer?
They each had their thing.
William Peterson. This is the reason we got CSI, guys. No, actually, really is the reason we got CSI. They put him on a long-term contract with CBS if they could find a show for him, and that was running out. That's CSI. I got the 3 Jean-Claude Van Damme favorites pack, and that has, of course, that. So I got 2 copies of Cyborg now. So Cyborg, Death Warrant, and Double Impact. What's better than 1 Jean-Claude Van Damme? 2 Jean-Claude Van Dammes. And this here, let's see, it was just done. So they each have their own disc. So pretty much like what you got here is they took the 3 discs and some movies that they had extras of, they would sell and they put them into a 3-pack. And good for me because I got it for very, very cheap. Really proud of having this one. I know that there's Blu-ray and all that out there now, but I'm a really big fan of this film. I got this in many different versions. I got the original in 2 or 3 versions actually. And it's Carrie. It's 3 sets. It's got Carrie, the 1976 original, Brian De Palma one. I'm not sure if they had many features on the original one. Probably nothing really. This one here, but I have the updated Blu-ray as well as another Carrie special edition DVD. And that's not here, but it's there somewhere. As the Rage Carrie 2. It's a fun little film. I remember seeing that one. And a Carrie 2002 edition. I think that's Angela Bettis, right? Yeah, Angela Bettis. And of course, that one there was a longer one, kind of like a TV movie that was really good. Actually, Angela Bettis did a really good job in that. Next up is we're getting close to those the small selection minute movies that I got there. And this is a triple pack. I got it for, at the time, it was Killer Clowns, because it didn't have Killer Clowns. And I wanted the Tomatoes one, too. So we got, Club Dread here, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and Killer Tomatoes Strike Back. I really love Killer Tomato films. It had this, at the time, they were putting them out, they had this, We Dare You to Watch thing on it, with this kind of eyeball thing, so I put it on the back. Is that not cool? Creepy and cool. Well, so again, the way they did it is because you have to understand this Killer Clowns disc here is loaded with features. That was the only edition of Killer Clowns that was out at the time. And I was looking for so long. It was like the 3-pack, and I went online just to check to make sure that it wasn't like a pared down version or anything like that. No, it was the one with all the features on it, so I was very excited to get that. Next up is the first of my Midnight movies, and that's I gotta have more Midnight movies than this, but I'm not sure where I got them put. But this is a 4-pack, and we got Morons from Outer Space. Now it's a film. Alien from L.A. That's of course Kathy Ireland, and who wouldn't watch Kathy Ireland? She was a beautiful model at the time. The Man from Planet X and The Angry Red Planet. So these are like done differently. These are like kind of like one on each side, flipper disc type thing done. And honestly, it's been a while since I've seen any of these movies. I probably remember the Kathy Ireland one more than the other ones. And it's sad because The Angry Red Planet's not a bad movie at all. The Man from Planet X. Oh, God, I wish I could remember that. I think it's Sit and Scott or something like that. Sorry, guys. I probably should know that one. So next up is another double feature. This is The Mask of the Red Death and The Premature Burial. I don't own The Premature Burial on any other format. Of course, Mask of the Red Death I think I own a couple times, but Premature Burial is Rain Land. So it's, again, not one of the ones. It's a flipper disc. But look at these covers. Aren't these gorgeous covers, the ones they do here? They always have these like kind of like fun facts on the back. Let's see, they'll tell you if there's any features, which usually was a theatrical trailer. If there's anything below, they'll like put a really like in tiny lettering. So there's Roger Corman interviews, which is actually really cool on both of those. But they just got little tiny lettering, let you know that. Next up is The Attic and Crawl Space. You guys know how I feel about Crawl Space. I love that movie. I love the Scream Factory edition. I love that little short film. Please kill Mr. Kinski. But again, just two really cool films. Attic and Crawl Space. Crawl Space is definitely my favorite of those. Attic is a hard find though for me. I was glad to finally get it, and when I got it, I definitely revisit. Next up is Invaders from Mars, and this is another one that I've upgraded since, but still I love having this edition of it. I love the box cover art on this here. There's the original poster right there on the back, you know, what you used to seeing. This is a really underrated Tobe Hooper film. I don't care what people say. It's actually a really cool film. Got Karen Black, Larry Newman is in this. James Karen is in this film. Timothy Bottoms is in this. Bud Cort, Louise Fletcher, Hunter Carson. Just very cool. Some people thought that the tone was a little like challenged. It was a bit tonally challenged. And I understand that, but I really, really liked it. Next up is The Monster That Challenged the World. I'm really running out of voice here, but this is, again, another cool monster film. I love monster movies. And then Doug McClure in The People That Time Forgot. You may remember Doug McClure in such films as... Yeah, when they're talking about like that character that used in The Simpsons, they're pretty much going with the whole, like, kind of like the Doug McClure type thing. And at least that's what I always thought. So Doug McClure only has a small part in this one, I think, because the first one, The Land of Time Forgot, there was a real big one. But Patrick Wayne is like the lead in this one here. Fun film, cheesy little film. And it means something special to me, actually, because when I was in grade 7, I lived in Camrose, Alberta. And when I was leaving to come back from Alberta to Newfoundland, they threw me a party on the last day of that semester of school, and they got me a cake, and they bought me what was a big fad at the time. It was a Rubik's Cube, which was really cool, and they actually rented a projector, and we watched The Land of Time Forgot, because even back then I was a big movie fan. Charlie Killam School, I remember the school and everything. The Pit and the Pendulum, Vincent Price. We know I've got this one a few times too, but again, it is so awesome to have these Midnight Movies collections. They are gorgeous. I just love the way these are done with the fun facts on the back. You know, there's of course special features that have obviously are ported over to the Shout Factory editions or the Arrow editions, depending on which one you got. Next up is the other one, Countess Dracula and the Vampire Lovers. I have Countess Dracula thanks to a good friend of mine on Blu-ray now. I don't think I have Vampire Lovers on Blu-ray, do I? No, do I? I don't. Is it on Blu-ray? Vampire Lovers? No, I don't think. If it is, Ingrid Pitt on Blu-ray, wow, pretty cool. So she's in Countess Dracula. She's a star of that one too. Next up is one of the few that actually is a double disc set, and it is Witchcraft and Devils of Darkness. So again, kind of a fun like witchcraftian one there. I'm just running out of things to talk about right now because my voice is going on me. Next up is another one. One of them was done on Scream Factory. The other one wasn't, probably because it's kind of cheesy. But I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be done like at least on Shout Factory or something on Blu-ray. So we got The Beast Within. You know, Philip Mora, who directed both The Howling 2 and 3, and then directed this movie, which is actually good. And the kind of fun, cheesy Bad People. It's a cool double feature and definitely worth grabbing. I love these many movies. Last but not least, because I don't know where the other ones are right now, and I do not want to go look for them, but this is my MGM collection for now, guys. If I'll update it down the road when I find more, I'll I'll do like an what am I looking for? Admendium. I'll do a part 2. We'll go with that because I do not remember the word that I want to say. Deranged, which I don't have on Blu-ray, but Arrow has a great edition of, and I do have to get that on Blu-ray, and Motel Hell, because, as you guys know, does it say it on the cover? It takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters. And with that, guys, I am done. I have a lot of movies to put back. I have tea to drink. I kind of want to watch something with my better half. No, I'm not. You're going to sleep, aren't you? She's going to bed. I'm going to watch something on my own. Maybe I'll watch I'm Going to Get You Sucker there. Huh? No, I won't. She's got the silk face on. So we'll watch that one probably tomorrow. We got a long weekend. I want to watch that one. I kind of want to watch Jaws 3D as well together with her. So fun stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. For me right now, I got a little bit of backache putting those movies back. But after that, I got a sweet, sweet, sweet nectar of caffeine, because it's time for tea. Hey there, and thank you for staying for my after credit sequence. I almost messed that up right there out of the gate, but I really want to make this short because I really want to get something to eat and get these movies put back. So what did I do for this one? Well, basically, I just wanted to show you this. It's my upgraded Blu-ray MGM for Last House on the Left. And when they put them out, they put these like beautiful cards with them. So I have this like kind of like this card cover to it. It has all the features that are on the DVD edition. I really did like the movie Last House on the Left, and the original actually, not the remake. Again, it has all the features. I'm not sure if any of the features are in the high def or if they're just standard def or not. But again, it's really cool to have the movie on Blu-ray. I got a few other of these here, a couple of these other ones there on Blu-ray, but I didn't really want to take out much. But just want to let you see the alternate cover, the cool like Halloween cover they did for Last House on the Left, which I think suits the movie much, much better. I wish this was like not just a card, and actually was the cover of the film itself. Great thing. I put the card inside. There's like a Child's Play one that I got as well, and one for the original Jeepers Creepers. Thanks for watching, guys. Last House on the Left. Beautiful, beautiful cover. I'm not joking when I'm saying as soon as I get these damn things put out, it's time for tea. Isn't that gorgeous?